Okay, this is the second installment of the Lasercutter workflow videos. The first video, which hopefully you watched already, shows you how to take your file from Fusion 360 and using Inkscape, get it into a PDF file with colored layers that we can transfer over to the Epilog software for the Lasercutter. So we're starting here with the Inkscape file here. We've already gone ahead and created some colored layers. Just zooming in again for you to see that. We've got red and blue layers here on this file. And we're just going to go ahead and save as. And our options here for the save as, if we look at save as type, drop down to PDF. Name it whatever convention you want and go ahead and click save. There's going to be another pop-up menu here with some options. We can either save as document page size or exported object size. It really doesn't matter, but I'm going to use the exported object size here. You can try both and see. The difference is if you use the documents page size, you'll get you'll get the entirety of the page that you're using, as opposed to the exported object size. You'll just get the outlines of just the object you're trying to export. But you can play around with that. It should not affect the size of your actual work that you're trying to save. So just go ahead and click OK. And that PDF is now saved somewhere. Bring up my Finder window here, and we'll go to the desktop. And here it is, my laser drawing to PDF. At this point, I'm working on my computer here at my workstation, but you'll need to take this file and put it on a jump drive and transfer it over to the computer by the Lasercutter. So hopefully you've done that, and we can imagine that this is now in that jump drive, and I'm opening it up for the first time on the Lasercutter computer. So as I open it up, we'll get something kind of like this. It'll just look like a PDF. So you can see I just did the object size here, and it's just this object. We'll go to the print menu, and it may look slightly different on the Lasercutter computer, but the idea is the same. We're just looking for this printer button, and we should get some sort of pop-up menu here about the printer, and we just want to make sure the destination is set to Epilog Engraver, and that is over there as well. So just make sure whatever else you see here, we just want to make sure it's Epilog Engraver. And that's going to notify the software that it's going to open the Epilog software when we hit print. So here we go. We'll just hit print. And again, on the computer of the Lasercutter, if the Lasercutter is on, the cameras are working, we'll see the bed from the cameras in this space here. But just because this is actually at my computer, I'm not actually connected to the Lasercutter at this moment. But here's our project right here. You can see we can move it around depending on where the material will be located on the bed. I can move this object around to place it where I need it. So once I'm happy that it's placed wherever I want it, we're going to come over to this side of the the interface here. And since I have multiple colors here, I'm going to come over to the split by color option. And we'll click on that, and you'll see that the software's recognized the red color and the blue color that we selected in Inkscape. Now, a little more practically, we changed the colors here because we want the inside stuff to cut first, then the outside stuff. Here, you can see that the red is on top of the blue. We can actually just drag our blue on top. This is the order of operations, so it's going to do the blue first, then the red. So it's important to make sure you have these ordered the way you want them. So I want the blue stuff to cut first, then the red. The next thing we need to do is set the material that we're cutting. Really doesn't matter. I'll just pretend I want to cut this out of acrylic. So we're going to come to this top little folder with an arrow on it. You'll see it highlighted here, Import Material Settings. I'm going to click on that, and I get this pop-up menu here. Just double check that you've got vector here if you indeed are trying to cut through the material. You can also set it to engrave otherwise, but for this we're going to have vector, and I'm just going to pretend that we're cutting a 1/4 inch acrylic. We have lots of things you can try and cut here, and we can add more if there's different materials you need to cut. So I'm just going to select the 1/8 inch acrylic and hit import. And that should be all set. And we'll do the same for the red 1/8 inch acrylic. So now I've gotten the materials set for both of the colors I want. The object is placed wherever I want it, directly over the material that's in the laser cutter. And then we're going to come down here to the Send to Job Manager button, Send to JM. You're going to click on that. It's going to bring up the Job Manager. I'll make it full screen here. And we're going to go to the Jobs tab. And here generally you'll see lots of jobs like this, but yours should be on top. And to send this to the laser cutter, we're just going to click on it to highlight it and come up to the Quick Print button here. And once we click on that, it'll send it to the screen interface on the actual laser cutter. And from there, you can go ahead and print. There'll be another guide for exactly how to set up the laser cutter for your first print, which would include the autofocus, making sure your material is in the correct spot, and turning on the fan before you go ahead and cut. So that's it. That's the way you get your work from Fusion 360 through Inkscape and through the Epilog Job Manager software to the actual laser cutter. If you have any questions, please let me know.